Aboye Aboshishe Ekuoshe Ifa Egbe Akika Shege Osun Ore Ye Aj Eshodar and Olofin. May all the divinities support us and may we avoid contention with the Yami. I am Oluwo Latona Ifa Bileke, Oluwo of Ilia Dingbe, Iyadudu Temple, Charlotte, North Carolina, 2028 Woodland Drive. Again, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28205. Join us on Patreon at Iyadudu World Academy. Shop with us for all your Obi and Ose Dudu needs. Readings available as well. Check us out at Iyadudu Botanica on Etsy. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube. Ashe. So the ancestors ask us this week to start from a state of peace, alafia. And when we start with alafia, it will help us move into abundance. Right? So that's the current message. Right? The message going into the next 5 days continues the same. Suru Ire Aj. So Owonrin Meji was the Odu that was revealed. It says scarcity of money makes one to find an alternative. Scarcity of water makes one to look for water droplets. Too much scarcity of food makes one yawn. These were the Ifa's declaration to Oun-yoo-won, that which is scarce. This means lack. The prince of Eyo Ajori, right, a town. They were advised to offer a bowl for Ola, which is wealth. He complied. Come join us and patronize our establishment. Both youth and elders, come join us and patronize our establishment. So what is it that the ancestors want us to understand? They want us to understand that when we see a stressor, when there's a thing that's happening outside of us, the thing that we change automatically is the thing on the inside. This Ifa helps us to understand it, right? Because it says the scarcity of money causes one to find an alternative. The scarcity of water causes one to look for water droplets. There's an internal change that goes on when we see there is lack. The important thing to remember is that when there is lack, right, it's caused by the internal view. I'll say it again. The way that we feel, the way that we move, our character is the thing that causes lack. If we see we're abundant, we're abundant. If we see we're wealthy, we're wealthy. Even sometimes we can kind of like make ourselves healthy. We can make ourselves sick. This Ifa tells us that it is the way that we feel and feel internally, right? The way that we see things, the ideology that we have will either help us to be abundant or have lack. This Odu Ifa says that the thing that is scarce is energy. How will we use our energy? How will we use our energy to bring wealth? How do we use our energy to bring abundance? The ancestors ask that we think about these things over the next 5 days and that we shall have a wealth mentality. We shall have a abundant mentality. The opposite of that, right? Right. So that, for me, that's my superpower, right? To be optimistic, to see things in a good light. It helps me to move in a particular way, right, along the path of my destiny. So the opposite of that could be that it is someone's superpower to be an antagonist. It is someone's superpower to keep them stuck in toxic loops of ideology, of lack, of negative thought, of resentment, of fear. This can be someone's superpower. What is your superpower? Is it your superpower to call in the things that you need? Is it your superpower to always be abundant and to see abundance, to see the value in yourself, to value your energy? How will you use your energy? How will you change yourself internally to acquire the things that you need? What are we to do, right? The ancestors ask us to move with peace or alafia into abundance. This means that we must accept our path. It doesn't mean that we would be happy with it, but we have to accept certain things in order to build upon them. What trade do we trade in, right? Are people coming to us for blessing? Or when they come to us, do we give them obstacle? Do we give them challenge? Right? Owonrin Meji asks us to change the inside first. Change the way we see things. It will change the way we do things. It only makes sense, right? No pun intended, but it only makes sense to change the things internally first, and the things on the outside externally to us will change as well. Scarcity of money makes one find an alternative, right? Scarcity and high vibrational energy. Scarcity in our vision. Scarcity in hope. Scarcity in love. Scarcity in family. These things will make us change. Do we have the ability to change? Do we have the ability to change our energy? Sometimes we must help others change their energy. Sometimes we must get help in changing our energy. Our ability to add value to our energy. Scarcity of water makes one fetch water droplets. The ability to nurture. Do we have things that aren't growing? It all starts with how we see things within ourselves, how we view the world. Do we view our destiny with abundance? Do we view our destiny with lack? How do we see our destiny? Too much scarcity of food brings famine. It makes us yawn. There's two things that happen when you yawn, right? It has two causes, right? Either one, you're tired, or two, you're either thirsty or hungry. The scarcity of food means no movement. What are we going to do to get things moving? It must be this internal change that the ancestors ask us to do. Ifa echoes it. Suru Ireaje, bringing Ire Pupo in the next 5 days. Plenty of blessing. But the ancestors ask us to start first. Let's start from peace. Let's start from that place where we have all Ire, right? At least we see it about ourselves. Right? When Ifa speaks about Ire Alafia, you have Ire of spouse, Ire of children, Ire of prosperity or abundance, Owo, Aj, Ire Aiku. You have these things when you have Ire Alafia, Ishegun victory. Sometimes we need victory over our own thoughts, right? Over our own energy. This is the thing that's valuable about us. This is the thing that will help people come to us. It will attract people to us because they need the thing that we have. But you must be dealing in truth. You must have an abundant mindset instead of a lack mindset. You must be able to accept things in your destiny. Ashe. Your ancestral mission depends on it. Your destiny demands it. What's the thing that is scarce and expensive? Your time. Use your time wisely. Use your energy to promote the right energy so that you're able to call in those things that you haven't met on the road yet. You're able to call in your blessing. You're able to call in your spouse. You're able to call in your children. You're able to call in your abundance. You're able to call in your recognition. You're able to call in all array. This Ifa asks, the ancestors beg us, the Ifa implores us, warns us that we must free ourselves from certain mentalities, certain ideologies, certain ways of thinking, certain ways of being. Free from lack, free from greed, free from lust, free from envy, free from jealousy, free from pessimism. It is the energy that you exude that will attract your blessings. Ashe. Again, I'm Aluo Latona Ifabileke. Check us out at 2028 Woodland Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina, Iyadudu Temple, Ilia Dingbe. Come join us on Patreon at Iyadudu World Academy. Shop with us on Etsy at Iyadudu Botanica for all your Obi and Ose Dudu needs. Follow us on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. Aboru, Aboye, Aboshishe.